So we are up in Washington State where I just bought the coolest car I've ever seen and I'm attempting to drive it 300 miles home without ever even testing it out really. This morning I was doing some computer work on the computer and at about 3 a.m. I got bored with that and decided to hop over to Marketplace because that's what you do at 3 a.m. Spotted this thing. Now it's the next morning, later same morning, and I own it. So it is a 1931 Dodge Brothers Sedan that, as you can see, is not 100% stock, and it's got some fun parts on it. I know you want to see the inside and a full tour of the interior, but we've got to get driving home, so we'll get to that. Oh, go press the button. The most important part. Bottom one on the dash over on the far side. 70 miles an hour down the highway, no problem at all with this thing. It just cruises. I could not be happier with how it's driving. I'm very pleased. We stopped at the Yankum Mart, just south of Yakima. I can't tell if we got a coolant leak going on or just, well, there's guaranteed coolant leak because there's coolant in the valve in there. You look right down in there, you can see that coolant sitting in there, and when I floored it from a stoplight, this thing hauls ass, by the way, I am so surprised. I got burning coolant smell up in the cab, but after seeing that puddle of it there and nothing dripping anywhere, I'm wondering if when I floored it, it ran out of that back down there onto the exhaust, because then you were able to see it on the exhaust back there on the road. Either way, we stopped at the Yankum Mart and got a thing of coolant sitting there, so we have some. But other than that, this thing is running freaking amazing. Well, I was cruising 70 down the highway. You can take your hand off the wheel, and it gets up to it fast. It is a highway cruiser. I so far could not be happier with the way it's driving, other than just like not smelling coolant when I take off from the stoplight. But I think it's just coolant in that valley running back. Either way, that means there's a coolant leak because that's how coolant got in the valley. But oh, I didn't shut it all the way.
No.
But it drives really freaking good. I am happy so far. We shall continue. We got issues. What was that? Lots of smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know from where. It grilled the cab.
Yeah.
I don't know what was smoking.
It was when you went over, like between the lines, you know, like the little bumpy things in the middle.
Yeah.
The tire went down and then up and then.
Huh. There's nothing dripping. It wasn't electrical either.
Yeah.
Okay, let's drive. We had another big puff of smoke go out. I don't know what happened, but it does just all of a sudden a big old huge puff of white smoke out the back. A bunch of it comes in here in the cab and then it clears out. It's doing it now. Look at it. It almost smells like transmission fluid. It is transmission fluid. That's what I'm smelling. It shouldn't be transmission overheating, I wouldn't think. Maybe it's over full. I don't know. It's still running good, so yeah. That's transmission fluid for sure. Hey, there's the smoke. Still going fine. No, we're going to pull over in this turnout up here and check the transmission fluid. Oh yeah, it's leaking right there. Oh, it's leaking good. It's all over the bottom of the car right here. And it's hitting that muffler, and that's what's making the smoke. Got it. So, me. We're way over full. Hot full is down here. It is way up over here. I bet it's puking out the extra. Okay, let's drive a little farther and see what it does. I'm not like, if it was low, that means it's leaking out. I think it's over full. But if it gets being bad, I don't want to burn the car down or burn the transmission up, so let's cautiously proceed. So we made it to Biggs Junction here. We just crossed over the Columbia River back into Oregon. The car is doing freaking amazing. The smoking issue, the transmission fluid, when it's doing it, it's only doing it on climbing a hill. And you're like in the throttle and it's high RPM, and then it upshifts and grabs the next gear and brings the RPMs down real quick. Then you get a big puff of smoke and it burns off and clears right out. So I think it's over full and it's just spitting out when it gets that high line pressure or something like that. It could be totally wrong and making that up. I don't know. That's what I'm going with for now. But we just got some fuel here. I just checked it, and this is with me like being hard on it because I'm like testing it out and really wanting to work it and find any weak points. 15 miles a gallon. So I'm very happy with that. We're gonna go inside, get some snacks, and then keep heading south into Oregon. The 93-year-old car has made it home. So now, let's get to the details and check this thing out. We made it. It is so awesome. So it is the next day because by the time I got home last night after a very long day, I just wanted to be home with my girls, so that's what I did. So now, we are pulling in over here to Elite Fleet Automotive. We're gonna park in front of the door because Nate hates that. And we're gonna check out this car with Nate because I know he'll love to see it.
I love it. Dude, this thing's awesome.
Yeah, it's like really, really cool.
What's that for?
That's to stand on. To get to the roof rack. Not you.
Me.
Those were originally for the coupes that had the rumble seat in the back. They have the Model Ts and Model A's.
Is this off the Cherokee too?
I don't know what this is off of.
That's XJ.
But this roof skin is either, I can't remember whether they said S10 Blazer or Chevy Tahoe.
Oh my gosh,
because
really?
This was originally this would have been a cloth roof vehicle.
No.
So they welded in a roof skin so that it's a hardtop now.
Wow.
And then put a roof rack on it.
This is what's rated for Nate.
Yeah, you could sit on that.
Yeah. Sit?
Nate rated Nate.
Yeah, this was, they originally put these on for people getting into the rumble seats. That's why those pads are there.
Rumble seats.
Yeah. Dude, you could even fit in the back seat of this thing, it's so big.
I accept your challenge. I've been working today.
I don't care, I'm gonna get dirty too.
Severin! Call your mom! She's on the way.
Dude, and this is with this seat all the way back. And you wanna know the cool thing, if you need more room? This is a power seat.
I'm impressed. This thing has more headroom than like a Chevy Tahoe.
Yeah. Oh, you got Riley's tablet. Look, you could both like ride back there.
I got like,
Dude, I don't like small
this
spaces.
This thing
nice.
is like almost 100 years old, and it's got way more room than an airplane.
For jumping,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's for jumping.
Yeah, 93 years old.
It's for power thrusts.
Well, like this part of it.
It's legit.
This thing's cool.
But like, feel how smooth the doors shut.
My Ford doesn't even do that.
No, no vehicle I have shuts as smooth as
It's
this.
got the danglies for style.
With armrest too?
The factory AC up there?
No, those are windshield wipers.
And you want to know the crazy thing? So normally these windshield wipers like this, there's like a little toggle switch on them. That's what turns them on and off. They actually wired it into work off of the windshield wiper switch on this Dodge van steering column. But they used a Dodge van steering column, like a 1-ton Dodge van.
You keep calling that a Dodge? That's a GM column. Dodge uses GM columns.
Well, it says Dodge on it. It came out of a Dodge van because it's shorter column because of a van, which gave them more room to work with down here in the small engine bay.
Yeah.
But all of this stuff works. Your blinkers work off of this, the windshield wipers, your whole like multi-function switch functions, all the multis.
Yeah, like that's the same steering column that you'd find in like an S10. Obviously the dimensions are probably different, but that one has the range, like the range.
Yeah, so in the vans they're a shorter column.
Right.
You're missing a wiper arm.
So yeah, he had to take this one off because the springs are too weak for the return. So he put both springs over here and took that one off.
There you go.
Dude.
Totally drive that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. No, like it's plenty comfortable. The only problem is like you have to duck down to see stoplights.
I don't look at those anyway.
But as far as like room to sit in, I just drove it 300 miles, comfortable as can be.
That is awesome.
It even sounds like an S10.
Well, it is
Turn
an
the key on
S10.
and you hear the Chevrolet
Yeah.
pump.
Yep. But yeah, all of this stuff works.
I
Tilt wheel.
hate that dash. That dash is super cool in this car.
Yeah, exactly.
That instrument cluster in what it came out of, horrible.
But it looks cool.
But it's awesome right here.
Yeah, and every gauge works, and all the gauge lights work in that whole cluster.
Here's the problem. Like, I see this and I'm like, now I want to go buy an S10 and some old freaking thing, but it's like,
Sorry, Becca. Yeah, all the lights, the winch works, like everything. Oh, and you want to know what's crazy? See that?
and the column like actually works. Like,
Yeah, but see that switch over there?
Yeah.
That one right there? That is the S10 transfer case, electronic transfer case switch. Press it up for the green light, you
hear
got
it.
4-wheel drive. Press it down the other one, you got 4 low.
oh, and it doesn't care at all.
No! So you gotta not hit that when you're doing 70 down the road.
I mean, you could.
Well, once.
Once. It's mad. So no lights is 2-wheel drive?
Yeah. Look at all the gauges work, all the gauge lights work. These are your driving lights up front. The normal headlight switch over there works.
I'm in trouble.
Oh, and this works too.
You leave from the store?
No, I'm good. Take
All right.
it up.
This is so cool.
Yes. So, guess how much it weighs? We got 4-wheel drive, we got winches, we've got this full-bodied sedan car, V6.
42.
39.
Ooh. I was thinking with
Well,
me in it.
it's 542 now.
God, it scoots.
It goes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was when I took off the first time, the funniest thing ever, I have an air tag in my Ram hidden
It
somewhere.
even drives like a Jeep.
It does. I have an air tag hidden in my Ram, so that if it ever like goes anywhere, I know where it is. And you know, like when you leave an air tag, it says such and such has been left behind. So
Yeah.
like David was following me, and we pulled on the on-ramp for the freeway, and I floored it. And the most satisfying thing ever was my phone popped up a notification: your Ram has been left behind. Because this thing took off. I was so surprised.
This thing
drives good, huh?
This thing is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally drives just like a
Like,
YJ.
Hands
Like,
off. No problem. I hit 85 in it yesterday. That's probably one of the smartest things to do on these tires because they're like gone, but it did it.
Oh, yep. It's a Jeep.
Yeah, leaf springs.
It's leaf sprung front?
Yeah,
I thought you said it had Cherokee axles.
it does. With leaf springs.
Just put a YJ axle in it.
Well, it's
Man,
got
dude,
Cherokee.
this thing makes everybody, all the heads turn.
I know. That's the problem with it. Is everybody wants to talk to you about it.
I hate that. Now I don't want to build one.
That'll deter you.
Yeah. The all-terrains throw you off.
Yeah, but this one's not all-terrain. This is a street slick.
Dude, it is super cool.
Yeah. You haven't even looked under the hood yet.
I don't want to. This. I want to see where the front drive shaft is. I know it's on the other side, but...
Oh, it's tight, but it's there. So these are the new seals for the AC system.
Okay.
And we need to find the leak and then put the new seals in it and then charge it. There's the leak.
There's the leak.
We just found it.
Yeah. It's got dye in it, so... Coolants.
So I just topped this off full, and then after the first time you run it, shut it off, it spits some out. My Willys used to do that too. It had a low spot where it wanted to run. It did not want to be full.
How dare this guy?
Labeled everything.
Everything I build is just like, yeah, here's a mystery relay.
The only thing that's not hooked up is the washer hose for the windshield.
Even put the control valve.
Yeah, for the AC system.
For the heater.
Heater AC,
But-
yeah, so it shuts off the heat tubes.
Right.
So like this, he was like, I didn't know how I wanted to run this to be the squirters for the windshield without putting something right here, so he didn't want to do it. And I'm like, no.
This is how you're supposed to run
You
washer
leave it
sauce
like
anyway.
this,
You
and
spray
then-
it right into the air filter.
No, no, no.
That way when boost comes in, it cools the air.
You leave it like this and you put the button right here so you can pull this hose out and press the button and hose off what you want when you need. Hose off your shoes, if you step in something, like, I'd say leave it like that.
Look at this.
I know, I love that.
At first I thought it was ABS pipe, but it's copper that he painted black.
Uh-huh. No, it's actually like soldered in
Yeah.
copper.
That's probably like...
I thought it was sewer pipe when I
That's
first
probably like
looked
a
at it,
$200
too.
low radiator.
But like the wiring's so nice, like everything.
Right? That's not, yeah, so that's all false, right? That's all false. It's just
This is just a shell, yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
doesn't work, it's actually in here.
That's pretty dope, right?
They did such a good job on it.
It needs a turbo.
Well, let's do it. Cut a hole in the fender right here for a turbo to sit.
Turn the manifolds around.
Yeah.
It's trail rated.
Uh-huh. That's what I do with it.
I even looked at the easy side. This is the first time I've driven to the gas station and not been like, biscuits are gravy. Wow.
Yeah, what engine is that actually?
Vortec V6. We should put a new bushing in there.
No, it's Jeep. It's a Jeep thing.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I can tell you it did 85 without being a problem like that, so
I can't imagine why that failed.
I don't know. Mystery.
Still a better idea than half a Ford. Yeah.
Just tighten that.
Recommend Loctite. I would not expect those horns to make that noise.
Well, one's a normal horn, the other's the Yuga horn. It's got both. When you hit the steering wheel, it's a normal horn.
This is the best part about this, that they, like, V-belts are horrible.
What year is this body?
It's at least a 96.
31.
31.
Because I'm looking for a 33
That-
Dodge. And this
That
close.
is right out of that Blazer.
Yep. Yeah, they put all that Blazer
They didn't
stuff
know how
right
to
in.
do this in the 30s.
No.
They didn't know how to do that in the 60s.
Yeah, see, there's your front drive line. It goes right through there.
God.
Right back, straight back to the transfer case back there. And it all fits, which is the crazy part.
I wish, like, we could go back to working on cars. Like, do you know how much of a pain in the ass that spark plug is to get out on a Blazer?
Yeah, this one's gonna be pretty easy.
It can't be a Vortec 4.3.
It says Vortec
It's
right
not
there.
puking oil.
We'll give it time, and I will make that happen.
Give it a minute. Man, there's a lot of time into this.
Yeah, there's a lot of very custom time into this to make it fit like it is. That's got to tuck behind that little thing right there. Yep.
Dude.
I love how you have like a whole shop with lifts and bays and nice floors, and we come to the gas station to crawl all around it.
This is where the magic happens.
Let's go get breakfast.
Yeah.
So breakfast was good, and we made it back to the shop. Severin there ordered up some new tires for this. They'll be here tomorrow afternoon, hopefully. If you're wondering the why of this car and what its purpose is, why not? When I saw that, like I could not pass it up. You guys know the T-Bums that I've done some stuff with and want to do a whole lot more with. I was wanting a car I could go out with them and do their thing with, because that is the coolest thing ever what they do. And finding this that like the family will be comfortable. My daughter wants to ride in it. Took her to school in it this morning. She loved it. Four-wheel drive, everything. Like I can use it on some recovery stuff. It's just way too cool to pass up. Way too good of a deal. The guy needed to sell it, and it worked out in my favor. So we'll use this. It'll be like my daily driver. That's like my working property maintenance type truck. The black one, I've been for a while now tossing around the idea of selling my black Ram, because I don't need it for what it is. I never use it as a tow truck. I think everything's done a dozen commercial tows in all the time that I've had it. I don't use it for that. So like, I'm considering selling that. This is gonna be my new daily driver. Like, well, the Western Star is basically my daily driver, but when I'm not in that, it's gonna be this. It just drives way too good to want to take anything else. This will be a great cruise around the woods. It's not a wheeling rig. It's four-wheel drive, four high, four low, all the things, but this is not gonna be like a wheeling rig, obviously, but it's gonna be a great cruising out the Forest Service roads, out in the desert, like just exploring the outdoors type of rig. It'll be perfect for that. The family can fit in it comfortable. Got the roof rack on it. It's just gonna be way too much fun. So that's the plan for this, although there is no real plan because I bought it a few hours after I knew it existed. But yeah, this is the new ride.